lean into that side a little bit more. Nice deep breaths. Okay, so let's lean into that right shoulder, bring the left hand back halfway, and then go a little bit further into that right shoulder. Rest the head on the arm or on the floor. Breathing nice and deep into your belly. Just close your eyes, creating the space for your practice to begin this morning. And let's do the other side. Just checking in with this shoulder. Truly this morning. Checking in with this shoulder, well and truly this morning. And let's inhale, come up to all fours, so spread through the fingers. And let's just loosen up through the torso, spine. So we're just going to roll the torso around in circles, getting into the shoulders, shoulder blades, pelvis. Just let the head relax as well. And back in the opposite direction. And then let's go from one side to the other. We're just shifting from one shoulder to the other, trying to wing your shoulder blades off your back. So you're trying to lift the shoulder blades off the back. So just leaning from one shoulder to the other, getting as much mobility through the shoulders as you can. And then stand in the middle, so we just drop the chest down, so we're winging both shoulder blades here. And then do the opposite, round through the spine, chin to the chest, draw the belly in, stretch out the back. Do it again. Inhale, winging out through the shoulder blades, just dropping the chest forwards. And then round through the spine, so pushing down actively through the hands. Two more. Drop the belly, chest, winging out. And then round through the spine. And come into a neutral position. And now we're going to shift our attention into our hips. So we shift the hips to the right. We're just going to roll forwards and backwards over the hips. That hip. So just stay on that side, just to begin with. Just massaging that hip joint, stretching it out. And then the opposite side. Rolling forwards and backwards. Coming right into that buttock hip. Okay, then the other side. So we're going to keep going around in circles. So we roll forwards over the hips, bringing the hips forwards, and then out to the side, back, and let's do it again. Rolling out to the side, hips forwards, round to the side, and back. Let's roll. And let's go around in the opposite direction. And one more in this direction. Rolling around. Nice and wide through the hips, and then come into this position, cobra. So we're just gently bringing the hips forwards. Now let's drop into the shoulders forward first, and just roll again from one side to the other, just checking in, loosening up a little bit. Secure about how much mobility you have, or lack of mobility perhaps. And then we come into a neutral position, and we're just going to lift up. Really lift out of the chest, drishti up. Squeeze the buttocks, So you're really trying to get out of that lumbar, lower back, and then draw the belly back. Tuck the toes under, push into the base of the fingers, take the buttocks to the ceiling, and come into half downward dog. Keeping the shoulders broad and neck relaxed. Stay here for a few breaths. Making sure that you can hear your Ujjayi breath. And now let's come into plank position. Squeeze the buttocks, draw the belly in. So a nice straight line, broad through the shoulders. Shift your weight into that left hand and bring the right hand, just tap the left shoulder with the right hand. Checking in with your weight, other side. Powering down through that right hand, tap the right. Again, left hand down, tap the left. Right, tap right. Good. In the middle. Slow chaturanga coming down. So draw the elbows in towards the torso, coming down, and then gently roll your toes coming up. Either cobra or upward dog, depending on your back. Now let's draw the belly back and come back into downward dog. And let's take one heel down to the floor at a time. So just shifting again from one side to the other, loosening up here. Then the legs again, pushing back. And walk the legs out. And now let's walk the feet to the front, feet hip width apart. We're going to hang forwards in Uttanasana. So straight or bent legs here, you can either rest the hands on the floor, or you can hold on to the elbows and gently swing from one side to the other. Letting the head completely relax. Just stretch out the back, legs. Okay, turn to the left leg and gently fold yourself over the left leg. So going a little bit deeper. So gently pulling yourself in. And let's do the other side, turning to the right, gently folding over. See how this side goes. And then back into a neutral position again. So stay here for another moment, letting the upper body be heavy, relax, head relaxed. Okay, now let's inhale, lift up to halfway, so Ardha Uttanasana. So fingers on the floor or hands lightly on the knees. Stick the chest, buttocks out with a nice straight line through the spine. And we fold forwards, exhale. And let's do it again. Inhale, long spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forwards. Bend the legs, pushing down as we slowly roll the body up, reach the arms wide. Stretching up and exhale, hands down the front, feet together. Okay, so we're just going to do a few arm circles first, and then we're going to move into our sun salutations. So let's inhale, reach the arms up. So you're breathing in, all the way up. And exhale, drawing that energy down through your center. Mindful movements. Inhale. So as you lift up, you push down through the legs, reaching up to the ceiling, side, and exhale, grounding down through your center. Two more. Inhale. So imagine that the breath is commanding each movement, and the exhale draws the hands down. And again. Inhale, reaches the arms up. Lifting up and exhale, draws the hands down. On the next exhalation, we're going to fold forwards. Inhale, beginning Surya Namaskar B. Saluting the sun. Exhale, reach out through the fingers, hold forwards, relax. Straight within legs. Inhale, lift up to halfway, Adho Uttanasana. Exhale, let's step back into Adho Uttanasana, downward dog first. Plank position. Strong in your core. Slow chaturanga coming down. Straight legs or knees to the floor. Upward dog or cobra, lifting out of chest. And downward dog. Good, and let's step the right foot lightly forwards in between the hands. Pushing into that foot, inhale, reach up. Shoulders soft. Strong back leg. Exhale. Downward dog again, Adho Uttanasana. Plank position. Slow chaturanga, elbows in, and rolling over, coming up, and rolling back. And we step the left foot lightly forwards. Pushing into that foot, reaching up. Slow, mindful movements. Exhale, Adho Uttanasana, downward dog. Plank. Slow chaturanga, elbows in. Upward dog or cobra. And down. So let's stay in downward dog for a few more breaths, working the heels down, powering down through the hands, shoulders soft. Letting the head relax. Connecting to the breath, to the body, how it's feeling this morning, energy levels, all of that. Now let's look in between the hands, we bend the legs, we lift the hips, and we jump or step lightly, both feet to the hands. Inhale, long spine, Adho Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Then the legs coming up, push it down as we reach up, and let's go again. Exhale, fold forward. Bowing down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, downward dog. Plank, chaturanga. Lifting up, draw the belly back, Adho Mukha. Right foot lightly forwards. Reach up. Strong back leg. Exhale. Downward dog. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. And down. And we step the left foot lightly forward. Reach up. Shoulders. Exhale. Downward. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. And down. Working heels down, checking in with our alignment, looking for long lines, long straight lines through the spine, down through the legs, through the arms, neck. Okay, let's step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Now you see how you go with your shoulder and your head. And then we're going to lift this right hand off the floor and bring the left leg through. But we keep the buttocks off the floor. So it's a little bit of core as well. That's it through the inside. And back into a lunge. But keep the buttocks off the floor. So we can play around with the first couple, and then it's serious. Okay, so that's one. So let's do it again. Keep the buttocks off the floor and back. And back. Okay, two more on this side. Take the hands a little bit wider if you need a little bit more room to move. Leg forwards. Good, Jenny. Yeah, and back. Lunge. Just pause here for a moment. So we're lunging. And one. That's okay. One more. Reach. Try to get used to it. It's actually quite a good little strengthening close to the core upper body. So stay here. Place the hands nice and even on either side of the midline of your mat. And we're going to bring this front foot back now, turn the hip up, and look underneath the right armpit. And take the top foot round in circles. Loosening up through the ankle joint. Back in the opposite direction. And now step it forwards in between the hands. Inhale, reach up. So let's stretch out the hip flexors. Psoas muscle a little bit. Take hold of the left wrist. Lift out of the left side of the waist. And lean over to the right. So yeah, do that one. The stretch actually leaning that way. You'll work it. Push into that back heel, stretch out as far as you can, get that top shoulder back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, belly on the thigh, chest up, and bring the arms back. Now you can feel free to place the knee on the floor if you like, reach the arms forwards. If it's too much, knee on the floor. Back. Inhale. And exhale. Shoulders soft. Inhale, 5 more. And back 1. Inhale, 2. And back. So don't lift the arms so high that you're compromising the shoulders, so they don't have to go up too high. 3. Slow down, inhale, 4. And 1 more, 5. Reach up. Take the left hand to the floor on the fingertips, and we take this right arm up to the ceiling. Gentle spinal twist. Opening up through the chest, top thumb above the mouth. Breath is steady. Now take this top hand down to the floor. Brace your arm against the leg. You can have the hand on the block if you like. Turn this back foot sideways. So your front arm is bracing that front leg. We move the hips towards the wall and we open up through the left side of the body. So top shoulder, left hand up. So Parsvakonasana. Block under the hand if it's too much. We're going to do this a few times. Now let's take this top hand to the floor again. On the fingertips, we lift the back heel up and we twist. Reaching up. And last time, hand on the inside of the foot, block or not, brace the arm against the leg, open up that hip a little bit and take the left arm up to the ceiling. And let's take this hand down to the floor. One hand on either side of the front foot, lift the heel up, and let's fold over the front leg. Either folding over or lengthening out. And you can have the back knee on the floor if you like, lifting the toes up. Yeah. Just enjoy stretching out through the leg now. Keeping the breath nice and steady. And if your back heel is on the floor, walk the foot back a little bit further so you can work down through the leg a little bit more. Okay, bend this front leg, place the hands down. Now you can either step back into downward dog or you can stay in plank. Bring this right leg back and come through Vinyasa. Rolling over the top and rolling. Flex foot kick, yeah. And then rolling up, upward dog or copper. Okay, so we all meet in downward dog and let's step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. So now we're going to come into that other little exercise. Okay, so the front foot is forwards. You can take this right hand out to be a little bit more supportive. Just feel for yourself where that needs to be. And then we bring this back leg forward, keeping the leg strong and butt off the floor. And we step back into lunge. Pause for a moment, sink into the lunge. That's one. We're going to do 4 more. And let's go. Forwards. And back. Lunge. So getting that foot right back. Again. Forwards. And back. 3. 2 more. Forward. And back. Sink it down. And 1 more, last time. Come forwards. And back. Mats and legs and practice. Okay, now our hands are nice and even here. We're going to bring this front foot back. We turn the hip up and we look underneath the left armpit. Taking this right heel down to the floor. Stretching out, take your foot round in circles. Back in the opposite direction. And let's step the foot forwards in between the hands. Push into that front foot. Reach the outside. Back knee can be on the floor. Take hold of the right wrist. Lift out of the right side of the waist and lean to the left. Front knee facing forwards. Stretching out, kicking into that back heel. Pulling that top shoulder back. And just being mindful here not to pop the ribs out. So we want to be drawing in through our core. Inhale, come up. Exhale, belly. Belly on the thigh, chest up. Bring the arms back. Inhale, forwards. Following the breath. And back. Keeping the shoulders soft, forwards. Inhale. And back. Smooth breathing. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Reach out. Inhale. Now take this right hand to the floor. Twist to the left. Top thumb up the mat. Now take this top hand to the floor. Brace your arm against the leg. Block or on the floor. Ground through that back foot. Open the hip. Reaching the right arm up. Work firmly into the back edge of your back foot. So Charlotte, back foot turns sideways. Yeah. And again, lift the back heel up this time to twist. Fingertips on the floor, twist. Left arm up. Good job. Don't worry about the block on this one. No. Other side, last time, the left hand, brace the leg. Reach the top arm up. Open the hip. Back arch is lifted. Front arch is lifted. And we take this hand down to the floor. Lift the back heel up. One hand on either side of the front foot. And we slowly begin to straighten that leg. Good. So we can either lengthen out or fold forwards. Okay, now bend this front leg, bring the fingers back, or hands back, and we're going to bring this right knee, hug it into the chest as we bring it through onto the floor. And now place both feet flat. Okay. So have your straps handy. We'll use them, we're working towards using the strap. So feet parallel, a little bit of core here, drawing in, and we're just going to slowly roll the body back, one vertebra at a time. So it's slow, slow, slow. And you roll over your sacrum, all the way down. Take an inhale, create a hollow in your lower back, and then exhale, let's come up. And only come up as far as you can. Obviously, that's all you can do. So if you can't come up all the way, just stay where you can. Come up to, or you come up all the way. Keeping the feet flat. And slowly come back. Rolling, rolling. Engaging your pelvic floor muscles, your core muscles. Release, relax. And let's come up again. Flattening through the spine first, drawing up through your perineum, pelvic floor muscles, feet flat. Shoulders soft. Okay, now let's take the hands, interlace the fingers, bring the feet a little bit closer towards the buttocks, interlace the fingers behind the head. Now we're just going to work on external and internal oblique muscles, so the muscles that go down the sides of the rectus abdominis, main muscle, abdominal muscle. So we take an inhale here, we're drawing up again, we exhale, we lift up. So we've got a nice flat spine here, and then we're going to reach the right arm past the left leg. And you can look up at the ceiling and squeeze. So this is slow motion. Inhale, back to center. You can either rest up or down and reach. Other side. And back. Stay up or down and reach. Nice and controlled. And back. Inhale. Exhale. Now either stay with the feet on the floor, or the next option, feet off the floor, bent legs, we reach past the bent leg, we stretch out through the opposite leg. Center, reach past the bent leg, stretch out the opposite leg, and put some power in that opposite leg. And center, so you had a runner, right arm, left leg, yeah, that's it. And center. Now make sure that you are stable on your sacrum. So through your lower back, you're not rolling from one side to the other. A few more. You can either stay with bent legs, or you can straighten the legs. Slow and steady. And reach, squeezing the belly, reaching past the leg. And center. Inhaling, exhaling, reaching past the leg. And center. 10 more. 1, reach. Center. 2, reach. And center. 3. Slow it down. 4. You're looking up, I'm just looking at you guys. So your head is, your neck is straight, and you're looking up at the ceiling. 5, halfway. 6. 7. 8. 9. 9, reach. 10, reach. Good, and then bring the knees into the chest, take them a little bit wide as well, open up the hips. You can turn the head from side to side as well. Now full happy baby, holding onto the outside edges of your feet, taking one knee down towards the floor at a time, getting a little bit more opening through the hips. It's a little bit challenging for you to reach the feet, then just hold on to the knees. Okay, and now release the feet. So take your straps and do the strap up if you haven't already. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to place the strap around your thighs. And your thighs are going to be hip width. So hip width apart. Oh, your knee thigh, hip. Yeah, that's it. No, up it, actually up there. Just in the middle of the thighs. Come around and have a look. That looks good. Now feet on the floor, okay? Yep. So you can make sure that if you pull your legs apart, it's not going anywhere. So you've got that resistance. This is what we want, the resistance. But we don't want the knees to be wider than the hips. So you need to just make that a little bit tighter and do. Okay. So there's two different ways of working half back bends or back bends. You can either use a block in between your thighs and you can squeeze the legs towards that block. So it just gives you a little bit of different or targeting different muscles, I guess. I want you to do it this way, and that's the way that we usually do it, but I want you to do it this way because this, again, targets the glutes a little bit more, and it also opens up the sacrum a little bit more as well. It releases any tension through the sacrum. So we might do it both ways, and then you can experience the difference as well. This is a really nice, I feel that it's a more balanced way of working, glutes and legs. So let's see how you guys go when we come up. So we're going to bring the feet in a little bit closer towards the buttocks. So you've got that friction, or resistance, I should say. So from here, we're going to just relax the head down, create a hollow in your lumbar, and then on the exhale, we're going to come up, roll the shoulders under, so interlace the fingers, and then I want you to actively push the legs away from each other. And just notice if you can perhaps come a little bit higher, if this allows you to. Notice what's happening in your glutes, your thighs. So you're working all 4 points through your feet. And keep pulling the legs away from each other. So firmly. So your legs are really switched on and you're pulling them away from each other. So they're working. If you're not sure, let me know. And if you find that the buckle's sticking or jamming into you, just have it in the middle. And untwist the straps. Easy. Messy. Because every little crease you'll feel. Let's go. Okay, and then come down, rest for a moment. Let's take a breather here. Okay, let's come up again. When you're ready, roll the shoulders under, interlace the fingers, actively working the legs out, checking in with your lumbar, your glutes again. Arches of your feet are lifted. And then come down. Okay. Now you can choose. You can either, we're going to do 3 more. So if you would like to try the block now, you can take the strap off and try the block. But before you do, you probably won't come up into a full back bend anyway. If you are going to come into a full back bend, come into a full back bend with the strap on. If you're not going to come into a full back bend, then you can either keep the strap on, or if you want to try the block one, squeezing the block together and just see if that makes any difference for you. It's good for your own experience. So, Kate, turn your block sideways. No. That way. Yeah. And put it down sort of in the thighs a bit more. Okay, so we're either, Alana, either the block or the strap, not both. And if you're using the block, turn it sideways. So I haven't got a block to demonstrate, but it's about that width, so the long ways. Yeah, that's it. No, turn it sideways, yes, Kate. And put it in between your thighs, not your knees. Thighs. And Jackie, turn your block just to this. But put it so it's going like that. Yes, yeah, that's it. Just a little bit of a tip. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's come up. We're doing 3 more. Either full back bends or half. Strap or use a block. So if the strap, you're pulling away from each other. If you're using block, you're pushing. 3 more. Nice deep breaths, open up through the chest, front of the body. A few more breaths here. And then coming down, release. So who preferred the block or the strap? Different, just works slightly differently. I feel that the strap feels a bit more balanced, opens up the lumbar again. Yeah. Okay, so let's go 2 more times. Half or full. And if you are tempted to do a full back bend, using the strap around the thighs is actually a really nice way as well. And come down, rest for a moment. So 1 more. Just rest for a moment here. And then coming up when you're ready. Full or half. Julie, what's the full back bend? Yeah. Take your hands over towards the shoulders. Is it the same as wheel? Yeah. Yeah. A big wheel. Yeah. Open Anurasana. Yeah, that's it. Open the legs out. Is it nice? Relaxing the head, shoulders. Good. And then coming down, resting. So just place the feet on the floor. Don't bring the knees straight into the chest. Just let the spine release. A couple of breaths just to settle the spine back. Now we can come into full happy baby again. So when we come into full happy baby, we can keep the spine neutral. So we keep lengthening down through the tail. Soles of the feet facing the ceiling, knees wide. Just neutralizing the back. And for those of you who can straighten one leg, then you can straighten it. Keeping the other one bent, and then do the other side. Straighten, keep the other one bent. And the other side. Just do it a few times to each side. Back into a neutral position. Now let's take the legs wide, so straight out to the side. So you can slide the hands up onto the thighs, if that's what you need to do here, or take the hands to the calf muscles, just depending how open you are through the abductor muscles. And take the legs straight out, stretch out. Good. And now place the hands on the outside of the legs, push the legs together. Bend the legs, bring them into the chest, and rock up and catch your balance. So no feet on the floor, lifting up. And then roll back again, a little bit of control, and rock up. Catch your balance. Good. 2 more times, rolling back, soft with the roll, and up. 1. Good. And 1 more. Coming up. Good. And now let's come into Paschimottanasana. So both legs straight. So we lift up the buttocks. And you've got your straps, if you want to use straps around the feet. Otherwise, when you're ready, flexing the feet, so engaging the quadricep muscles again, pushing the backs of the legs onto the floor. We have the hands by the side of the legs or strap if you're using one. Close the eyes, inhale, lifting up, and slowly exhale, keeping the chin slightly down, come forwards without collapse. So we lift out of the chest, really engage those back muscles. Don't feel like you need to get the belly on the thighs or head to the legs. Focus more on the feeling and the stretch. Sarah, just hook your hands up the strap a little bit more. So you want your arms straight, and then when the arms are straight on your straps or feet, then you can pull the chest through, actively pull the chest through. Chin down, Charlotte. Breathe your way in. And keep pushing down through the backs of the legs. 2 more breaths. Long inhale, Puraka. Long exhale, Vichaka. And then slowly come up, and let's twist. So you can come into whatever twist you feel comfortable in. So you could either take the foot, right foot to the outside of the left knee, or you can bring the right foot into Adho Padmasana if you can do lotus comfortably. You might even have a block under the knee. Okay, so we're all going to be twisting towards the right. Okay, so you're either twisting towards the bent leg, or if you're in Adho Padmasana, you might go for the bind and twist again towards the bent leg. Good. So we sit up nice and straight first, other leg. And then we exhale, we squeeze the belly back, going as far as you can. And we breathe in again, we come out just to accommodate the breath, soften the body a little bit, and then exhale, go further. Breathing in, belly breath. Exhale, twist. 2 more. One. And 2. Inhale, coming out. Let's do the other side. So then put either to the outside or inside as well, either one. Or Adho Padmasana. So sitting up straight, spine nice and straight, binding if you're in Adho Padmasana. We inhale, we exhale, squeeze and twist. Feeling how this side feels. Breathing in, coming out a little bit. Exhale, going further. A little bit of flexion through that front foot. So your mind is not just in the twist, but you're actually mindful of your whole body. Mindful of any areas that you might be tensing up. Your tendencies, shoulders, eye muscles, jaw muscles. 2 more breaths, breathe in. And exhale, squeeze and twist. 1. And again. And squeeze and twist. 2. And let's inhale, come out. And we'll finish off in Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, a little bit of hips. So make sure that your feet are nice and even. Take an inhale here, lifting up, and exhale, getting that movement from your hips. Slowly coming forwards, this is the first exhalation, then we breathe in again, we lift and lengthen. And we exhale, we go a little bit further. If your elbows reach the legs, you can gently push the legs down with your elbows. And if one knee is quite a bit higher than the other, then use your hand to work into that hip a little bit more. Okay, inhale, slowly come up. And we bring the knees together. Just rest for a moment. The feet can be off the floor. Just curl the back. It's a resting pose, so you can relax the head, relax the back. And place the feet on the floor. Bring the feet forward, so you're going to roll yourself back. You can go through your core, Little exercise if you like, so it's nice and controlled. Taking the hands out to shoulder height, and we're just going to lower the knees to the left, looking over the right shoulder. Stretching out the belly. Inhale up the side. And inhale up and exhale, relax for Shavasana, rest. So make sure that you're comfortable, warm. And if there's any tension in your back, place a bolster underneath your back or thighs.